Okay, so we're back. So apparently I had already started episode 4 offline somehow. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Um, so this is the problem regarding how to generate an image. So what I usually do with ChatGPT is generate the YouTube thumbnail images and so on. And I want to be using OpenCode. I don't want to use an additional code in order to do so. And yeah, so I want to make sure that I can do that. So maybe I could explore how to do this. Um, so so what I'm going to do for now is to generate an started generate of an actual image of LLM to the focus and add to that. This should be the starting image so that it's tailored for streaming, so that people know that the stream is going to start soon. Let's see what it does. And yeah. Okay, so what we want is this to be in OpenCode, so that we can use we have build, we have plan, and we have image, and we can generate some images. So yeah, that's more or less what we want to do. Starting. Yeah, that's what we actually want. So this is going to be starting. Okay, so now we could now what I'm going to do is to duplicate my and this is going to be LLM playground live on YouTube. And now I guess that I okay. So you are not you are not listening to me because when we start the mic is mute. we also need the ending one. Generate ending image from the former one. So this should be, if this is done properly, we should have something better than this. Sketching it out. Let's see how it goes. Making the first draft. Setting the scene. Polishing details. Finishing up. And then, yeah. Look at that. So this is going to be ending. And I'm going to just change this. You're not going to listen to me while I do it. Okay, let's do the I'll be back soon one. I'll be back soon. Image for the former one. I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, let's see how this is done properly. And we will have the scenes for LLM thing properly done. So that when we have the different stuff, it works as expected. You know what I mean? Polishing details. Finishing up. And I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, yeah, look at that. That's perfect. So this is I'll be back. So I'm going to edit this thing just real quick. Okay, so now we have the scenes properly done inside of OBS, so that's very, very nice. So What that said, the episode, we're going to do this thing about generating thumbnails from OpenCode. We're going to try to use the API and do this sort of manually or whatever, and see how this works properly, how this works. And yeah, and so another thing we're going to do is we're going to be working on GitHub, because we have this question regarding Super Grub2 Disk. So this is going to be sort of off topic, if you want. And apparently I have to sign in and so on. Yeah, maybe I need to do this in the Rescatax. We're going. I will do this in Rescatax stream. Or not. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. Let's do the Rescatax one. So yeah. Okay, so let me open OpenCode just real quick. So look at that. This is where I said generate an image, this and that, and didn't work. And let's install and restart this thing. Has this restarted or not? I haven't seen this properly. Yeah, let's use the video. Let's close this thing and start it again. If it's not updated, it will show down here again. Okay, so install and restart. Look at that, doesn't work. Should we just ignore this? Should we maybe open what's the thing? Terminal, enter in OpenCode, this and that. So apparently, wait a moment. Apparently, we have a new version of this. But the thing is that I've come to know that, wait a minute. The thing is that I have seen in OpenCode, OpenCode thing, which I guess we need to search for OpenCode in here. So I've seen in the issues someone complaining about the desktop. So it had a lot of questions. And is it disclosed? Where the hell? So someone was telling him to what's closed. Someone was telling him to that he could use the Electron app. Okay. So what was the issue where I saw this thing? Desktop Electron. Is it an open? Okay, here it is. So this is from 3 days ago, from this guy, M something, and he has a lot of issues. And this guy, which I have no idea if it's working on this model. Look at that. Doesn't seem to be here, but I mean there are 861 contributors, so it could be a contributor, maybe not. So he says, try the Electron versions. The Tari base variant is about to be retired. That current Electron versions are the OpenCode Electron Linux. This is the new beta, this and that. So that's what I want to be testing today. So the way I'm going to be doing this is to wait a minute. How are you supposed? Look at that. So console is inside of the OpenCode. So I'm going to create, thanks to DistroBox, another so thanks to DistroBox and my notes from some episode. So probably the first episode where second episode, I don't know. Wait a moment, please. Okay, so we're back. So what I was saying is that in this episode 4, um, I want to try to create images from OpenCode. I have already tried to make a test, but it doesn't work so well. And so this week I have seen that someone suggested to use Electron version to someone who had a lot of feedback regarding OpenCode, which I have some issues here that are I have similar issues to the ones that he has um, explained here. You know what I mean? So here I have OpenCode, which is based on Tauri. It's not based on Electron. So we're going to just close this thing. And in my notes regarding DistroBox, which is down here, we have what we used in order to create all of this. And one of those is create OpenCode Debian from Debian 13. I think it's around here. So set it up. So in theory, so this is all nodes. Now let's try to install Electron OpenCode. So what I'm going to do here is create the OpenCode Debian 13. So this is going to be Electron OpenCode Debian 13 thing, and we're going to see how this works out, because from there we will be installing the Electron package. So if we just run this thing here, we should have, okay, look at that. So now we can hopefully enter this thing, which will create everything that we need inside of it, apparently. And from there we are going to install where is it? We're going to be installing OpenCode. So OpenCode, if we go to the web page, so yeah, we could check releases, but if we go to the download page, yeah, OpenCode AI download. So there's the Open Desktop Beta extensions. So this says for Linux Dev, when you try to download it, it says OpenCode Desktop. Look at that, open the OpenCode Desktop Linux AMD 64. And what we actually want to be testing, which is more better than we usually do, is the Electron app, which apparently is not linked from here. So let's go. So from releases, so this is the latest release. So every 6 hours, every day there's a new release or something like that. So restoring saved messages no longer crashes the app when a model is missing. Oh. So here we should have an Electron something. Look at that. OpenCode Electron Linux AMD 64. This is the one that we want to be using. OpenCode Electron. Where are you? Here it is. So this is the one we want to be using. So once the packages are properly installed, we are going to download this package and we are going to install it. So maybe we can just download it, and yeah. So do we have anything? So I'm not sure why. So the way this works is that we download this thing, but yeah, I want to just rename this thing so that it has the right name, because otherwise it's I want to have the right version of everything, if you ask me. So for now we are not going to, so this is in Descargas OpenCode. Okay, so yeah, hopefully this ends one of these days and we can install OpenCode, but the Electron one, which apparently it's better, and we can check what this guy said here. So we can maybe do something like this, and we can move this thing to the bottom like this. Look at that. Here it is. So now in the bottom we can see how installing the basic packages on this Debian inside of DistroWorks is going to work. And so here on the top I'm going to show you what he said. So it says oh my god, it says try the Electron versions. The Tory base variant is about to be retired, and the Hue dependencies seem fit since it requires, oh wait a minute, password, 1 second. So I had to look at that. So finally it has done all the stuff, and I had this password that I didn't manage to put it properly. I exit, I entered again, it asked me for the password. Now this is working as expected. So here we have Debian 13, and that's where I'm going to be installing this new OpenCode. So we update, even if, you know, we should have everything properly because we have installed everything, and then we install the OpenCode Electron dev thing, and let's go. And this is working on a Debian 13 Docker container, which DistroBox is managing for us. So once this is installed, we're going to be able to run OpenCode based on Electron from within my host. in the yeah. So what I was saying, it says try the Electron versions. The Tari-based variant is about to be retired and the dependencies seem fit since it requires a web view setup. And it says it performs like crap on Linux. So Electron should be working better. So these are the new beta, more likely alpha or preview version that bring more changes that should help with the startup times and memory usage over time. Okay. So yeah, then there's nothing else because yeah, here he has a lot of. So what I want to check if is there are any more stuff that he has done. Um, so he has created the issues here, this issue here, but we don't have anything else. So yeah, look at that. OpenCode AI Desktop Electron. OpenCode. Yeah. We're going to see how. So usually you were just writing OpenCode like this. So now, Suti, what the hell is this, Suti? So now, if you take a look at what has happened here, we have this OPT, OpenCode, Open Desktop thing. So this is supposed to be. Wait a moment. Are you supposed to be using this, that? So apparently this is what we want to be running. So I'm just going to just run this thing and see how wait a minute. Lip as sound. Okay, look at that. We have a way. We have done something. So this is a bug. So where are you? Electron OpenCode sound back. So this happens in Debian 13. So yeah, so maybe we can ask to ChatGPT or maybe Debian package. So this should be. So I have tried. Looks like they are pulled IR32 libs from the 40 node, so you can install this thing. So I guess that this is the one we want to be using. We don't want to be using you know, the i386 thing. Why would anyone, I mean, why would OpenCode use this thing? Okay, so let's see if this fixes OpenCode. You know what I mean? The bus is failing. Why is that? Well, look at that. We have OpenCode. And apparently we don't have any conversation. Why isn't it using the old conversations or whatever? Well, we don't know. Is it because of the bus? Is it because the sidecar thing or whatever? Anyways, so Now I should be able to exit from here. We should also do something like distribox list. I don't want to be how do you exit? I don't want the old one, which is the OpenCode Debian 13 one, to be working. So I'm just going to remove it. So now we have Electron, and now from within distribox enter Electron thing. What we have tried before, we could export this thing. So export the app. So in order to export the app, let's try to use whatever we used the other day here. Where the hell are you? Is it number 3 where all of these commands are, or is it number 1? That's very strange because I am not seeing. So either let me open number 1 just in case. So apparently I wrote those comments in the so it's something like distribox export / app and this thing here, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that's what I used it. So now I should have this OpenCode, this Electron OpenCode thing. I should have it. So I have OpenCode on Electron. I'm going to show you so that you can see it. I did this the other day so that you could see it. Yeah, so if I modify this thing so that I can add a I think it's this one here. Okay, so now I have the launcher. So if I click here, I have all of this. So if I search for OpenCode, I have the old one, which was OpenCode Debian 13. This is the traditional desktop, and this is the Electron one. So yeah, let's edit this thing and just remove this one here. So look at that. Now I'm going to open OpenCode from this Electron OpenCode Debian 13. And here it is. We have OpenCode Electron. Hopefully, wait a minute. What about providers? Okay, so apparently it has. So somehow it has some knowledge of my provider being set up, but it has no knowledge of you know. So now I'm not sure which were the. So now I can open the other OpenCode at the same time so that I can take a look at what were the projects that I was working on. And you're going to see, so this is OpenCode 2. So this is the one that has the Tori app, the old Tori app and stuff. So this is LLM Playground YouTube Thumbnails Live, where I tried to do this thing, and this is the Hello World. Yeah, look at that. So I will have to understand what's going on with this. We don't want to upgrade this version because this is the old one. So Now we know where the stuff is, which is the projects, and we have the hello world, so we can open this thing. So look at that. So somehow once we open the project in here, it has detected which was the conversation that we had, and the other project that we had was the one related to thumbnails, which I think is this one here. And look at that, we have all of the conversations, so we have not lose anything. So Control plus, or okay, Control plus seems to work on Electron. What doesn't work is Control moving the mouse wheel, but Control plus and minus works, and that's nice because I wasn't able to do this before in the old version, if I'm not mistaken. And that way we're going to be reading stuff much better. Okay, so let's write this down properly. So try to install Electron OpenCode, and this works. So what about thumbnail generation? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a conversation with with OpenCode, and maybe we're going to have another project which is going to be generate image. So P02 generate image. Okay, so by the way, you weren't able to edit this stuff. You couldn't change the color. You cannot change the color in any case right here. So we have added this project regarding generate image. So look at that, generate image. So let's talk to, look at that, GPT-5.5 Pro. Let's talk to GPT-5.5 with a plan. I'm not sure this is going to work because I am a free account, but I would like to generate a small script that generates an image. This should be compatible. This generates an image using OpenAI keys. It should interact with GPT-5.5, and it should work similarly in the same way as ChatGPT. When the final user asks it to generate an image. Is that even possible? So are we going to be able to? Yes, look at that. Look at that. It says, okay, so let's remove this and that. Now this should expand to the left and this should expand to the right. I don't understand this stuff. We should have a way. So we should have, okay, Control plus seems to work. Okay, so let's see what OpenAI GPT 5.5 says. Yes, it is possible with one important caveat. ChatGPT image generation experience, it's not just GPT writes pixels, it usually works like this. User asks GPT for an image, GPT Enterprise refines the request, GPT calls an image generation model tool, the generated image is returned to the user. In an OpenAI API script, you can reproduce that pattern. The practical setup is use a chat reasoning model just as GPT 5.5 if your API account has access to it. Ask it to rewrite or structure the user's image request into a high-quality image prompt. Send that prompt to an image generation model just as GPT image 1. Save the return image to disk. A small Python script could work like this and that. Okay. User request, image prompt, GPT image 1. Now there's GPT image 2, I think. You would run it like this. Okay, please bright generate image so that we can use it. Make it source include OpenAI make it source include another file so that we don't export the OpenAI key. Okay, so I'll add a small usable script. So maybe this thing here, it should not be working with GPT 5.5, but with Codex. But yeah. By the way, this is Spanish. I actually want this to be English because my audience, oh, look at that, there's no close button. Checks Python script syntax. I'll check whether the OpenAI Python package is available, which is not. Yeah, I need to. So here this ends. This should say something like, I mean, the script has been created, but I need to in addition to installing Python 3 in Debian, what else, what additional comments do I need so that the script works? And we're going to send this thing to GPT Codex. And this is going to be planned because it doesn't need to, you know. Okay, let me make this smaller. Great question. After installing Python, you typically need these comments, and then you do this and that. Okay, let's see how this goes. So this is what we need to run inside of the distro box that has this Electron thing. So 1 second, just in case. So here it is. So we're going to install this Python 3 thing, which is needed in order for the Python script to work as expected. And we're going to set up this thing like this. And apparently you need to source this thing every time you want anything from here. So Python So this is going to be fun because the Python 3 thing, it's going to be, you know, inside of the DistroBox thing. So yeah, so yeah, so wait a moment. So let me copy this thing here. So now we should be able to run these commands regarding how to set up the Python thing. Okay, so what else? So we need to copy this thing, so the example needs to be copied. Yeah, so okay, so we have this OpenAI copy example, and we have the original one, and this is the one that I'm going to edit on. This is the one I want to edit on another screen later on, but you know, in order to do so, I need another API. Wait a minute. OpenAI API key, which I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do. So that's going to be not easy. So because OpenAI key, OpenAI platform API keys package built on the OpenAI. So in theory, this is using I mean, if we take a look at the generated script, which is generate image.py, okay, this is using a prompt, a model, which is here, this GPT image 1. So that's what I want to be checking properly, because I am not sure API key from free model. Look at that. Build your own image generation app with OpenAI GPT image. And look at that. Free unlimited GPT image API. Look at that. Let's read the the original one. So the OpenAI API lets you generate an images, whatever, GPT image 2. So we have the image API, responses API, chosen the right API. Both APIs let you customize output by adjusting quality, size, format, and compression. The problem is that multi-turn image generation. Yeah. Create a basis 64 encoded image. Yeah, I mean the problem is that I need the OpenAI key, and I'm not sure how this is going to work if I don't have it. So before trying to integrate any of this into OpenCode, I need to get this OpenAI key. Okay, so developer footer. This tutorial will show you how to use pattern.js to access GPT image for free image generation without needing an OpenAI. Oh, look at that! Without needing an OpenAI API key. Putter.js is completely free and open source, allowing you to provide your users with OpenAI's image generation capabilities without any API. Okay. Putter is a pioneer of the user pays model, which allows developers and government. Generate a simple image with GPT image. Use different quality settings. Supported OpenAI image models. You can also use the following models. This and that. And that's it. You now have free access to OpenAI. Wait, but how the hell does this work? Getting started, you import Putter by doing this thing. Okay, so to generate an image, you do this thing. Yeah. What the hell is this thing? Why does this exist? Docs, tutorials, playground. Putter.js brings free serverless cloud on AI directly to your frontend JavaScript without no backend code or API keys required. This is too good to be true. Look at that, supermagicalwebsite.com. Additional Putter.js, you as a developer pay nothing since each user of your app. Wait a minute, look at that. Additionally, with Putter.js, you as the developer pay nothing since each user of your app cover their own cloud and AI usage. Okay. Whether your app has one user or million, Putter.js is powered by Putter. The user-based model means your user covers their own cloud and AI usage instead of you as a developer paying for servers and APIs, this and that. Advantages, no API key, this and that. The question is security. Okay, let's see. If putter.js is being used in a website as opposed to a putter.com app, the user will have to authenticate with putter.com first. Or in other words, the user needs to give your website permission before you can use any of the cloud services on their behalf. Fortunately, putter.js so you would be logged to putter.com and the full permissions. So it seems like this is free, but then you need a putter.js account with some cost. So free OpenAI. What the hell is this? Look at that. Welcome to the free OpenAI API keys repository. Here you can find a collection of free OpenAI API keys for your projects. Feel free to use them and share with others. Each key is unique and randomly generated. Copy any of the key and use the key. Enjoy the power. What the hell? Give me a start to support me or buy me a coffee. Yeah, look at that. 500 folks. And the API keys provided in this repository for educational and testing purposes only. Using these keys for production purposes or any strictly prohibited. This is from this guy here, but this has not been updated from 2 years ago, so yeah, this doesn't make any sense. Add another API key. Just add it. This adds the master API key. This follows all the best else identity. The 410. OpenAI revokes key the moment they appear in public repos. None of this will ever work. The real move to use services that aren't designed to be free. Google AI stated for Gemini, Grok 3, Grok for Llama 3. Yeah, this is not easy because I do not want to use the key thing. So now I have this problem regarding revert message. One rollback message. I'm not sure what I have doing. Can I just ignore restore message? Okay. Interrupted. Ask anything. Yeah, so what I actually want is to continue the conversation. So I actually want a new session regarding GPT 5.5 because it's the best one. Well, using OpenAI auth, not OpenAI keys. Okay, let me see what the hell does it says regarding this thing. So again, I would like to generate a small script that generates an image using OpenAI auth, not OpenAI keys. It should interact with GPT 5.5 and it should work in the same way as ChatGPT when the final user asks it to generate an image. Is that even possible? So short answer. Not in a supported, reliable way using ChatGPT OpenAI auth instead of API credentials. ChatGPT style image generation from a logged in ChatGPT account is not exposed as a stable public automation API. Reusing ChatGPT web auth cookies session tokens to script image generation would be unofficial, brittle, and likely against OpenAI's terms. What is possible? The official route is to use the OpenAI API with an API key or official auth mechanism and call a model tool capable of image generation. Yeah, that's what we have tried before, but we need an API key, you know what I mean? So ChatGPT-like behavior. You can build a small script that sends the user's request to a GPT model, lets it decide when to invoke image generation, then saves the return image. Using GPT 5.5 specifically only if GPT 5.5 is available to your OpenAI API account as a model tool calling model. If not, the script will need to use whatever current GPT model and your account support. Constantly the model flow with this and that. Some same. Okay, so what about using GPT image or GPT image to not with an API but with OpenAI auth? So this is not going to work, but we can try, you know what I mean. No, not in a supported way. So GPT image 1, GPT image 2 are API image models. To call them programmatically, you need the OpenAI API authentication path, typically an API key or another officially documented API credential. OpenAI auth from ChatGPT means browser session-based authentication for the ChatGPT product. That auth is not intended to be used as a public image generation API credential. A script that uses GPT cookies access tokens on private endpoints would be an official and stable made-by terms. And again, use OpenAI API call ChatGPT manually ask to generate, build ChatGPT-like behavior, yes, and that. So the answer is without an API, you don't have anything. That's we already know, and we already knew that. That's well, I don't like this. So I need to pay for this to work. So is it possible? Let's try to just are we logged in? Yes, we are, but can we have something? Wait a moment, please. So we need an API, and I need to check if I can get an API key for ChatGPT, if that's even possible or not. So we will continue on the next episode. So bye, and thank you for watching.